From terrifying giants to devastating disasters, here are the scariest features that Minecraft is too scared to add. Like the new and terrifying Knocker. Not only does it have a creepy face, but it also stalks you wherever you go. Ah! Stay away! I gotta get inside! Oh, okay. Now I should be safe. Ah! Oh no, I forgot it knocks on your door! And if you can't find an escape, ugh, yeesh. What a pain in the... why is my house on fire? Ah! And it's spreading everywhere! While seeing anything on fire is usually scary enough on its own, the Burnt mod dials this up to 11, enhancing Minecraft's fire spreading mechanics so that the flames aggressively ignite throughout the grass, burning any mob that touches it and permanently charring the surrounding blocks. Luckily, players can craft a fire extinguisher to fight off any potential disasters, though it might attract the unwanted attention of cannibals. Hey guys, I was just leaving. No. Ah! Oh, what? Where am I? Oh no, this isn't good. Found in their own special villages, these ravenous cannibals aren't afraid to cut up any player they find to then save for later.
Boy, I sure do love eating players.
Oh man, I gotta get out of here. Back! No one's eating me today.
Oh no, he's got a weapon.
Wouldn't you know it? I'm all out of juice. Though the biggest danger of these towns is by far the Butcher, a hulking mob that wields a deadly chainsaw. Few players would be able to escape, let alone defeat it. Yet, for those that do, the Butcher's chainsaw weapon is theirs for the taking, allowing them to rip and tear through both mobs and trees alike. Kinda like how I can rip and tear a player's hair right off their beds to craft a voodoo doll. Ew, greasy.
What are you doing in my house?
Nothing. Lovely home. Bye. Once crafted, these dolls can be clicked with a variety of items to mess with the bound player, like gunpowder to play a creeper sound.
Ah! What? Creeper? Where?
Or TNT to cause a mini explosion.
Ah!
Maybe not scary for you, but definitely scary for them. Hey! My doll! Get back here! Though goats and Christmas shouldn't mix, when they do, you get Krampus! Terror of the tundra, he loves to raid any village he can find, stealing their goods while leaving a trail of coal and bones.
Oh boy, I can't wait to harvest my, I'm going to starve.
Yes! The trail is still hot! Though finding and following Krampus can be an incredible source of fuel, if the player manages to actually catch up to him, he'll begin floating up into the sky before exploding into dropped diamonds. Ooh! Wait, what is that? A broom? Whoa! Making for a great way to escape a dangerous situation, players could craft a broom using these materials to own the night skies. You'll just want to steal a witch's hat first.
No, everyone will see that I'm bald!
Haha, you're bald!
I know!
When worn, a witch hat will allow the player to fly even faster than before. Oh, that's not good. My magic is running out. Oh no! I'm trapped in the haunted lake biome! With heavy fog and blood-red waters, I do not feel welcome here. Hello? Whoa! Unsurprisingly, terrible corrupted illagers roam these mists and will rush out to decimate any intruder. Don't touch me! Though, with the new corruption items they drop, players can craft the new ossuary block to turn their bone blocks into an assortment of new and creepy skeletal decorations. Which is oh no, is that Giant Steve? Another much more dangerous mob found in these haunted biomes. He roams, searching for villages to destroy. Oh, those poor villagers.
I'm too handsome to die! You wouldn't eat a guy with glasses, would you?
Capable of both terrain destruction and teleportation, it's best to leave this guy alone. Oh no. Whenever a player dies, their items are then buried with them instead of despawning, allowing for easy retrieval of their valuable goods at any time. Yep. Looks like that's everything. Even the new Spirit Channeler. With this special block, players can utilize a number of different commands to control a Vex mob into doing their bidding. And once set up, these mobs can do things like use special items, attack other mobs, or even farm for you. It's nice to have help around here.
Hey, I found this for you, boss.
What's this? A bloody note? Thanks. Well, this is where the note said to go. Oh, well, that looks promising. It says, don't look or it takes you. What takes you? Ah! The Slender Man! A fearsome and unstoppable entity, its one mission is to hunt those that steal his drawings. Wait, I've got it! Stop! Look! This is all you want, right? Just art to look at? Oh, perfect. Well, let me show you around, kid. You see, what we have here is the finest selection of spooky paintings, thanks to the Spooky Paintings mod. Why, yes, what I just said was redundant. Regardless, if you take a look at everything we've got, I'm sure you'll find one that suits you. Ah, you have excellent taste.
Hey, that one's my favorite too.
Oh, hey, a pumpkin pal. Now, this little fella is unique. In having a somewhat buddy-buddy relationship with the Warden, it's able to distract it while players raid the ancient cities. They'll occasionally even throw out skulk pumpkin pies that can be eaten for a hearty helping of XP. Being quite easy to build, no one needs to be alone in the deep dark. Still, be careful though, because if you make too much noise, not even they will be able to save you from the Warden's wrath. Oh, all right, who broke this nice Warden's chest? Okay, he's not buying it. Oh, look, a creeper! Later, loser! Now, while you'd think wardens wouldn't be afraid of anything, they're not alone in being terrified of creepers. Thanks to the Scary Creepers mod, it adds back in the previously removed feature that caused all mobs to run away from creepers as they ignited. Seems they now understand the deadly power of their explosive allies.
Hey, Bill, you're looking a bit chubby. Did you put on a couple pounds or something?
What did you just say?
Yeesh. Wait, is there crying coming from that village? Looks like a job for Detective Boggs. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, was someone crying around here?
No, I don't think so. Oh, okay. No, you know what? I do hear it.
This long-dead soul of a once-abandoned villager has returned to wreak havoc on his original village, actively killing off villagers one by one until none are left. And able to disguise itself as a regular villager, unsuspecting players that ignore his cries might be in for a surprise the next time they try to trade. Stay back! Oh, glad that's over with. What is it? What's wrong?
Oh, my bread is all moldy.
Oh, that is scary. In fact, it might just be every survivalist's worst nightmare. Imagine coming home to see all your savory cooked pork and deliciously sweet cookies rotten and molding over. Ugh. You want this? Thought so. Well, with the Spoiled Z mod, everything's got an expiration date, meaning players need to be much more active in their food gathering efforts, or wait too long and risk getting sick to their stomachs. Oh geez, not even cake is safe. I mean, who would eat that? What? Oh, I guess those guys would. Hey, let go! Littered throughout new dead coral reef biomes live the aberrations, odd translucent creatures that love to grab and drag players under into the pale white waters. Though these waters are home to worse monsters. What? The Kraken! Large and aggressive, the Kraken is a beast that will do everything in its power to tear players apart, often circling its prey before charging in for a devastating final blow. Oh, my head. Okay, I'm dead. Hey, thanks, guys. That was really cool of it. Not friendly, I take it. Seriously? Tied up twice in one video?
Hey, shut up!
These unfriendly villager wannabes are often off hunting just about anything in groups, from mobs to players.
I said shut up!
Okay! Though some of them aren't as hostile.
Follow me.
Oh, whew! Thanks for saving me, amigo. Now, this merchant is a special lad, offering players the chance at valuable wrapped items. You never know what you'll get, like this vintage universal tool. It can easily mine any type of blocks, and can even dig in a 3x3 area. Pretty amazing. What is this? It's kinda glitchy. Ow! What the? It's spreading! Whew. Oh no. This is the glitch virus, an all-consuming force of unnatural energy. Nothing can satiate its hunger. Not biomes, not structures, and not even mobs.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful day.
Transforming them into new glitched entities that will spread the virus further while attempting to kill you. Oh man, I gotta get away from this thing. Oh, maybe I'll be safe in there. Oh, whew. Oh, wait, what is this? Some kind of daycare? Oh, it's just a silly looking mascot statue. I mean, who would be frightened of this thing? Oh, it's alive. This monster named Huggy Wuggy is a terrifying beast that haunts these abandoned structures, and players need to keep running.
Oh, phooey, where the heck did I wake up this time?
Greg, get out of here!
Oh, golly!
Because if he catches you, he'll coil you up in his arms and devour you. How do I stop this thing? No, I'm trapped! Oh, well, that was convenient. Well, guess I'll mine out of here. How did I get underground? And it's so dark. That must be because of the Void Fog mod. It adds back in the Void Fog effect players used to get while deep underground, which does make it kind of hard to see where you're going. It's even harder to find diamonds now, especially when you've got a cute little spider plushie in the way. Though it's just one of many new spooky decoration blocks that could be added to help spice up your builds. From scarecrows and pitchforks to hay bundles and fallen autumn leaves, now we can all decorate for the holiday season.
Merry Christmas!
Wrong holiday, Greg. Also, what's with your eyes?
I have stared into the infinite blackness of the void and found solace in my emptiness.
Okay. What the? This is the Big Daddy and Little Sister. Always found together, any aggressive player would find themselves decimated by the overprotective Daddy's drill. However, if instead a player right-clicks a Little Sister, they will become possessed by them, losing a lot of health, but gaining temporary protection by the Big Daddy bodyguard. Though you might need to share your brain space.
So this is your mind? Not very big.
Hey! Ow, my head. What? Where, oh no. Why am I here? These are the back rooms. A never-ending maze of confusing hallways where an unsettling life form lurks. And coconut water is plentiful? You seem angry. Here, have a water. And as death brings players back to the center of this maze, the only escape is through the elusive red door. Aha! Bingo! And it looks like I stumbled upon an alien invasion summoned from their motherships. These little guys just love to show up uninvited to villages to both destroy and abduct things like livestock, villagers, and even players. Carl! I'll save you! Oh, a ray gun. These aliens also have a chance to drop their weapons upon death, making for a great way to blast these alien scum! Ah! Oh no, I gotta get on one of those ships. You! This is for my friend! Ah! Oh, great. Now, how do I fly this thing? Ow! Oh no. It looks like I crashed into the new Arachnids End biome. A land full of dangerous insect monsters like grunts, speedy creeps that'll chomp a bite out of you if you're not careful. Or there's the hoppers, warriors with wings that can shoot fire. Okay, I can take a hint. Now I'm leaving. Oh, just as soon as I find a new ship. Oh, that'll work. I just gotta find the controls and... Hi! Carl, you're here too?
I was just looking for some food. I'm hungry. Eggs.
Ew, don't eat that thing. It's huge and disgusting.
What's the matter, Bonks? Afraid of a little
Carl, that's a face hugger. If we don't do something, it'll infect you with the chest burster.
A chest burster!
Hold still. I'm trying to save you. While facehuggers are truly terrible and terrifying, what comes next is a guaranteed gruesome death. Now to slowly back away and get off this death trap. What happened? Oh no! Another monster? This is the Ancient Guardian. Found guarding new ancient stronghold structures, these big beasts are here to bring the pain. Swinging down their anchor hands hard. Though they're usually not alone, calling on new ambusher mobs that'll attack players with their long tongues and split into 3 smaller worms when killed. Together, these warden-like mobs are a real handful. Wait a minute, I wonder... Here, Warden. Follow Dr. Bonks into the ancient temple and fight the Ancient Guardian. Ha! So I can collect their dropped anchor weapon and spiked shield. 2 powerful rewards that can help you turn the tides in any battle. And it looks like those guys could have really used them. Because appearing all throughout the overworld, these are the poor remains of players who met with a deadly encounter. So sad. I bet they have a lot of cool stuff. Not bad. They can be found all over, having encountered a number of gruesome scenarios, and once broken, offer loot of all...
Hey, did you just mind that guy?
What? No?
I literally just saw you do it, you liar! I swear, if I was alive right now, I'd... Wait, what are you? Ah!
Ooh, emeralds. And a wandering trader. What are the odds? Heyo, trader. I got some emeralds to trade.
Oh, yes, I, a wandering trader, shall take those emeralds.
Wait a minute. Aren't traders supposed to have llamas instead of sheep? And is your skin unusually gray?
Look, do you want my trades or not?
Oh, right. Yes. Here you go.
Ha! I was an illager the whole time!
What? Normally more convincing, these special illagers called ambushers roam the lands, disguised as wandering traders, attempting to kill players by luring them into trading before springing their traps. And utilizing a variety of tactics to attack, you need to act fast to survive. Whew. Man, I am suddenly very sleepy. Wait, what is that? And why do I feel the urge to attack it? Peaceful creatures at heart, stiltwalkers are a rather unsettling looking animal that roams the dark forests of Minecraft. And, sorry, I couldn't help myself. Whoa, what? Let me go. And unlike other beasts, these guys will force the player onto their backs for a little ride. You never know where you'll end up. Where are you taking me? My lab? My bed! You knew I was tired. I misjudged you. Thanks, friend. Now, I can finally rest. Is this a nightmare? No. This is the flesh dimension. Whenever a player goes to sleep, there's a slim chance they might find themselves transported here. A hellish wasteland filled with grotesque sights, like these gaping maws, which are flesh jaws that'll suck the player under. Or there's the Harpooner, a mob that leaps around launching dangerous meat shards, but does drop a sick grappling hook item to help you get around. The way out, though, is to mine mystery meat clusters for enough random items to build a nether portal. Ha! That's my ticket out of here. Well, out of one hell dimension and into another, I suppose. A ghast! Ow, ow! Well, that was pretty scary, but, is that a zombie cow? And a zombie chicken? And a panda? And a squid? Oh boy, this must be thanks to NoCube's Zombie Mobs. It's a mod that adds in unique zombie variations for nearly every mob under the sun, with each having special traits, like goats that'll knock you back crazy far, or a zombie fox that steals food right out of the player's hands. Hey! Though, stay away from the zombie dolphins. If they catch wind of you, they'll inflict a new drowning effect that makes you sink to the bottom of the ocean. Still, there are worse things than drowning, like the Goat Man. Often hiding in plain sight, when an unassuming player gets too close to a goat, it might just transform into this beast. With its incredibly fast movements and ability to crawl through tight spaces, it can be really hard to escape. Though if you do, it's best to keep looking over your shoulder for its next attack, or the Ghost Pirate Captain. Cause while this deadly phantom illager can often be found guarding shipwrecks with his ghostly parrot pet, the real danger comes after you've killed him, as you'll find yourself cursed with the new Ghost Omen effect, which causes a ghastly raid to occur the next time a village is entered. Defend the village, and you might just find yourself rewarded with a new anchor weapon that can be used to grapple around, though it won't save you from the Shy Guy. In Mineshafts, this monster sits alone, crying, and if it's disturbed by a player making too much noise, it'll slowly rise before freaking out and charging the player. Ah! You'd better hope you can outrun him, because if you can't, he'll instantly kill you before sitting back down to start crying again. I'd much rather take my chances with these hungry anaconda snakes. Found deep in swamp biomes, these deadly semi-aquatic serpents will grab, squeeze, and eat any mob they can get their tails around. Even players that get too close. Luckily, they can be pacified by being fed raw chicken. Whew, that was close. I almost. This is the Steve Dweller, a terrifying entity that lurks throughout the overworld, hunting for isolated players. You have to listen closely, because if you hear his footsteps or the breaking and placing of blocks, you know it's somewhere nearby. Ugh, now that is a scary mob. But while rats are terrible enough on their own, the Pied Piper Illagers make them so much worse, as they control their own tiny army of the rodents to attack players. No! Quit it! However, once killed, the Pied Piper has a chance to drop its hat and flute, allowing you to command your own battalion of rats to do things like harvest crops, gather items, or attack mobs, so long as they don't get the plague from the Black Death. This Plague Doctor was born to spread his filth and disease throughout the overworld, and will not only afflict the plague on rats and other mobs, but even players. I don't feel so good. Players need to watch out for its rat-like plague clouds and the even more deadly plague beasts, the fastest, strongest, and largest of these sickly rodents. Oh, this is so gross! What the? Oh my. Aliens? These giant metal machines called tripods begin spawning during rare extermination events and are as dangerous as they are large, destroying any mob and player they can find. A player's best chance at survival is to craft some of the new grenade weapons to help you take them down, and to acquire the new tripod arm weapon so you can launch powerful beams. Ha ha! Huh? Oh. Thanks, Tickle Monster. This little cutie made of honey is the perfect companion. They'll wander around the overworld and will attack any nearby hostile mobs. Best part, though, is that they'll heal any player that pets them while also giving them the luck to effect. Now, I'll have no trouble finding that rare silence armor trim. Ooh, right on cue. Haha, oh boy, I'm gonna look so good, even Ned will be jealous. Nope! Nope! This is the Old Man, a mob that travels up through dimensions to capture players. He's slow, but incredibly dangerous, as he can walk through blocks and teleport the players he catches into his dark pocket dimension of many tunnels. If you pick the wrong one, then you're going to fall to your death. Maybe you'd even turn into one of these spooky blanket ghosts. Only appearing at night, this specter's attacks not only pierce through any armor, but it'll actually scare you so much that you'll lose your ability to fight back against any mobs. That's why it's best to craft yourself the new crucifix item, as with it in hand, you can banish the blanket ghost back to the underworld where it belongs. Haha, what a pushover. He's nothing compared to the Abyssal Master. This new and very angry Illager has the power to summon tons of lasers and portals to attack players and villagers alike. Ah! And that's not even mentioning his flying tidal claws. They can hook you to pull you in closer, lash at you with tentacles, or even shoot lasers of their own. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet of pain. Though, if you're planning to take on this wizard, you'll want to stay as sharp as the teeth of this crocodile. Cause while they'll only chase you if you get too close, they've got a mean lunge. Though they can be stunned with a shield, if they manage to snare you with their jaws, they'll drag you into the water for a deadly death roll. However, you can tame one if you're close enough to their eggs when they hatch. And once they grow up, they'll attack a variety of mobs, even hostile ones for you. Maybe you'll even get lucky and get some crocodile scoots to craft yourself this cool new chest plate. It lets you swim really fast. Not that it'll help you against the nethergenic wither, though. This bad boy is the new boss of the Nether, with 3 heads that send out a barrage of deadly attacks to keep you on the edge of your seat. He's so deadly that he can take out the original wither with ease. And as it only grows stronger the lower in health it gets, it'll soon start shooting out insane fire bombs and walls of flame. Well, this just isn't fair. Just like it's not fair how cute these bees are. Ow! I mean how scary these new bees are. The Scary Bees mod adds in a variety of different masks for our buzzing buddies to wear. And if you find something to trade with, like a jack-o'-lantern, you can even swap them to collect it and wear it yourself. Ah, creeper! Though they're nowhere near as terrifying as the Tortured. A bird-like predator that stalks players day and night, this creature is one you definitely don't want to mess with, as if you make direct eye contact with it, it'll become enraged, rushing at you with incredible speed. So do yourself a favor. Ignore it and keep your eyes to yourself. Now, I just wish those guys would keep their eyes to themselves. Named the Fly, these pests love to soar through the skies looking for players. And if found, they'll call on others nearby to combine into a large swarm. These pesky creatures can quickly become an overwhelming force of nature if not dealt with quickly. Cause nothing scares these guys. Not even that zombie fisherman. This eerie enemy lingers near bodies of water, and thanks to his stylish hat, doesn't burn in the sun. Smarter than the rest of them, I see. It'll attack nearby players with its dead fish, causing a long-lasting rotten stink effect that constantly attracts hostile flies. Oh, buzz off! I gotta get to the water! Whew, looks like I lost him.
Is that a giant squid?
These giant squids, on the other hand, are water mobs that spawn deep in ocean biomes, or whenever a squid is struck by lightning. These massive creatures will fight back if attacked, grabbing their aggressor and pulling them towards its beak, as well as squirting ink. And while it can often be found getting into fights with guardians, it'll even have epic duels with giant whales. Whoa! Now who's gonna win? What? Oh no. Is that? It is! Siren Head! A monster that can be heard throughout the overworld. It towers above the landscape, roaming and searching for players to devour. If you hear it, run! It knows where you are and won't hesitate to destroy your builds with a heavy stomp. Thankfully though, if you manage to evade it long enough, it'll retreat back into the ground. Whew, just in time too. These villagers would have been doomed otherwise.
You were leading him right to us.
That's not important. Say, what's with villager number 9 over there?
Oh my. Ah!
Headless villagers are a rare sight indeed. With a random chance to spawn during a full moon, these spooky characters will rampage through villages, blindly attacking anything that it can. Though, I kind of feel bad for killing it. I mean, just look at them. The Alpha Direhound, on the other hand, is better off dead. Nice doggies. This large doggo is always accompanied by 2 smaller direhounds. And while they prefer to hunt most types of skeletons, they won't treat players any better. Ow! They've got a strong bite that slows and weakens their prey. But that can actually work out in our favor, as once killed, they'll drop their sharp fangs, which can be used to craft the new Hound Trap block, an infinitely reusable item that's perfect for defending your base from the Door Knight. This guy is quite the resourceful undead and uses everything it can find as equipment. With armor that protects it from sunlight and heavy damage, fighting this lumbering menace can become quite the ordeal if unprepared. As in order to get past its defenses, players will either need to light him up with the flint and steel, or find themselves one of these crazy villagers and their plants. Found next to new garden table job blocks, these villagers can be traded with for special seed packets that give players access to a wide array of new defensive plants. Like pea shooters that shoot deadly peas, chompers that'll eat zombies whole, and mob-distracting walnuts are just a few of the plants that you can use to protect your territory and fend off any zombie invasion. Ha! Not getting my big brain today! Oh, brother, this guy. Named the Human Refuted, this mob does not discriminate and will hunt anything, whether animal, monster, or player. Ah! Wow, look at him go. However, when it kills anything, it has the unique ability to lay an egg that will hatch into another monster. Oh, dude, that's gross. It'll even lay an egg upon its own death, making it hard to eradicate as these eggs are resistant to damage. Although, they can't hatch in water, so... Drown! Drown, you abomination! At least the Dark Vortex mob can't lay eggs. Even if it does make up for that with its blinding attacks and ability to reflect any projectiles back at its enemies. I'll hit you one of these days! Ow! Though, while this twisted breeze will vanish under the sun's rays, you should really try to kill it quickly in order to obtain its Dark Rod item, used to craft a new scythe weapon that deals more damage than any sword. And it looks pretty sick. Though in a fight with the powerful King Bambabam, even it might not be enough. This guy launches sticky fireballs that explode on impact, while calling on other nether mobs like Little Bams and Fortified Piglins to join the fray. His complex attack patterns can really keep you on your toes, and just when you think you've got him cornered, he starts regenerating health by gobbling up the enchanted gold items dropped by his minions. Oh, come on, man! Just let me kill you! Ha ha! Finally, as a reward, the new explosive bow is dropped upon defeat. Fire any arrow from this bad boy, and it'll cause a concussive explosion when it hits a block or mob. Perfect for dealing massive damage and clearing out groups of enemies in a flash. Ha ha! Oh no! Look out, Mr. Sheep! Whew, that was close. No need to thank me. I'm just here to help. What the? Is nowhere safe? These screaming sheep are twisted mimic mobs that love to hide among other sheep, often launching surprise attacks on their victims. So keep your eyes peeled and be ready for anything, even these cursed books, because nothing is scarier than a bad book, especially when it comes to these flapping menaces, often found near bookshelves in villages.
Oh my! What? What are you screaming about? The books have come to life! Yeah, right.
Or they can appear in strongholds to overwhelm any player caught off guard, though they do have a small chance to drop an enchanted book when defeated. Ooh, Curse of Vanishing. Not like I'm gonna be using that on my new spiked turtle shell helmet. This helpful item can be obtained from grumpy old alligator snapping turtles, defensive creatures that will attack if closely approached or provoked. On rarer occasions, spiked scutes for a helmet that, when worn, will grant the player 15 seconds of water breathing, along with knockback resistance and built-in spikes to automatically damage any attackers. Other than the Midnight Lurker, of course. This tricky mob comes in various forms to haunt players in the night. It can even disguise itself to try and trick players into trading with it before ambushing them. Though, worst of all, if a player angers this entity enough, it'll become enraged. And will hunt the player with unmatched speed and ferocity as it ducks and crawls towards the player. Gotta hide! Gotta hide! You can't even hide inside your builds, as it is not only capable of breaking glass and doors, but tunneling under the ground to reach you as well. There is no escape other than death. Though, thankfully, tree spirits are a bit more tame and will only become aggressive if attacked, even if that can be difficult to avoid, as they love to disguise themselves as the trunks of trees, meaning any wood collecting escapade can quickly result in one angry log. Once provoked, these creatures release magical sprites that'll home in on their attacker. Well, at least they've got low health. You just gotta swat them like flies. Luckily, fire proves to be a valuable tool in dealing with these terrible trunks, due to their flammable wooden nature. Or, you could just swim out of its range, but then you'd have to deal with the corpse fish. These are aggressive creatures that live in all ocean biomes, and while not very strong individually, a school of these ravenous fish can be a significant threat due to their incredibly high swimming speed, making it difficult to escape them. Oh, whew. Oh, wait a minute. They also attack the drowned? Maybe these little fellas aren't so bad after all. At least they're better than this creature. It's an unsettling looking pack animal that, despite being blind, can detect you through vibrations if you're within 10 blocks. Though by far its creepiest trait is its ability to imitate the voices of other players, which it uses to attract its prey. Ooh, sure is lonely down here. Now, while a zombie with an axe is a familiar sight, this zombie lumberjack is one to be wary of. While you won't see him chopping any trees with it, his large axe is especially dangerous in that it can completely destroy a player's shield in a single strike, while also dealing high damage. Though after death, this bearded zombie has a chance to drop his powerful axe for you to claim, adding a unique tool and weapon for those who manage to stop him, which pairs wonderfully with this Glowshroom cap, obtained from the Glowshroom monster that dwells deep underground in the new and eerie Glowshroom forest biomes. While its strong attacks and rock-solid body give it an advantage in battle, defeating this monster rewards the player with the Glowshroom cap that, when worn, provides constant light on the go. Ooh, allowing you to move around in the dark with ease, to eventually find the Handmaster, a new challenging boss that crawls around attacking players. Ew, stay away from me! He not only summons smaller, faster hands to attack his foes, but can create healing crystals to restore his health as well. No healing for you, mister! Then, once he's taken too much damage, he'll just start flying around, raining projectiles of destruction and creating phantom clone hands to distract and attack the player. With enough determination, though, players can defeat this master hand to be rewarded with Plasmalite, which can be used to craft a new armor set that provides haste and speed buffs when fully worn. Totally worth it. Even if the firelights will still find a way to annoy you. These fiery little arthropods are often found near nether portals and ruins, and are quite menacing as their bite sets its victims on fire. Worse still, even if you manage to kill it, they'll just spark up flames when they die anyway, often setting fire to you and the surrounding area. This fiery foe brings a whole new level of heat, though even more so whenever it encounters the Pumpkin Spirit. This creature is originally found as a neutral mob on small farms, with its purpose being to defend the area like an iron golem. However, if it ever catches fire, either from a firelight bug or stray flame, it will transform into the Seared Spirit, an aggressively hostile, flaming scarecrow that sets its victims ablaze. If encountered, your best bet is to escape into nearby pools of water, as it can't stand the stuff and will actively take damage from water blocks or rain. Ha ha! Aw, what's the matter, ugly? Can't catch me in the water? Though, I'll admit, he's much easier to look at than the Flesh Abomination. This grotesque blob of flesh is an enemy that summons a large variety of nasty flesh creatures to its aid, and they can quickly become too powerful for players to stop, as their numbers continue to grow and grow. I kill one, and two more pop out! How do I stop this thing? Oh, and keep a special eye out for the flesh creepers, too, as they can dish enough explosive damage to instantly kill any player. Ah! This horrifying foe brings a whole new level of ick to your battles, making it a truly revolting challenge to overcome. Unlike the still gross but kinda cute Eric's Toy Mob, a little passive entity that simply rolls around, repeatedly calling out, it's very strange. Still, while it won't attack you, be extremely careful not to touch it, as if you do, it'll start blaring loud music, giving you the new death effect, which blocks all in-game sounds and makes it easier for other creatures to sneak up on you. Despite this, Eric's toy is friendly and can be picked up and held. Ew. You can even take him with you deep underground as you encounter the Fearsome Doubler. Large, rock-like crab monsters that automatically blind any creature in a 9-block radius. Players can easily get turned around when under its influence, often walking off of cliffs, lava, or even more doublers. I surrender! Finding some of these guys can be worth the trouble though, as they'll drop a rocky upgrade kit, which is used to craft the new Boulder Shotgun, a powerful weapon that allows players to fire off clusters of deadly orbs. Ho ho ho! Bam! Who's stronger now? Bam! Which of course helps whenever you encounter the Forgotten Mage, as this spooky wizard mob loves to fly around outside of players' melee ranges while summoning overwhelming hordes of phantom creatures. Oh geez! And just to add insult to injury, he'll pepper you with his cursed projectiles while you're getting all beat up by his lackeys. Though while this eerie adversary can quickly ruin any fun overworld adventure, you wouldn't have to deal with him in the new Undergarden dimension, home to the brutish rot beasts. Often found in groups patrolling these mysterious biomes, they'll attack players on sight by launching them into the air, much like an iron golem does to zombies. It can cause quite the surprise if unexpected. Though I gotta wonder, this goes here and then and there and done. Attack, my minion! Okay, the rot beast is stronger, which contrasts sharply with the more timid nature of the Gloomper mobs. Scared of both players and rot beasts, these creatures nervously hop around, just trying to mind their own business. If attacked or frightened, they will release a poisonous cloud in self-defense, often enough to scare away their pursuers. And while it's usually not fond of company, a player can tame and breed them with Gloomgourds found scattered around the dimension to get themselves some little followers that'll help keep angry mobs at bay. Hey, nice going, buddy. It just won't work against these phantoms, though. Spirits of long-dead adventurers, these ghosts can be nearly impossible to spot, as they'll become increasingly more transparent in brighter environments, making them invisible. So while it's better best to lure them somewhere darker, it still won't make the fight any easier, as along with dealing insane damage, they're immune to most status effects from potions to fire, making for quite the troublesome terror to those not paying attention. Almost as troublesome as the Assimilator. This terrifying dweller is a monster that doesn't care where you are or what time of day it is. Through day and night, rain, or even other dimensions, it will find you. Always starting with the most unsettling sounds known to man, it will reveal itself with slow, creepy movements before splitting itself apart, suddenly becoming the fastest dweller around and relentlessly chasing players to assimilate them. Your heart will race as you try to escape this relentless predator, only to bump into the Shrek? What the? That's
hello
right,
there.
Shrek himself makes his way out of the swamp. He is immediately aggressive towards players, chasing after them to crush their bones. And if encountered in a swamp, you need to run, as he is especially strong in these biomes. If you manage to somehow defeat him though, he'll drop onions along with the Shrexophone. This item can be used to play some fun music, or if another Shrek is found, can be handed over to turn him passive. Then he'll just keep playing music while attacking any nearby hostile mobs, even those that lurk in the rain. Players should immediately run for cover when the skies begin to cry, as terrifying creatures now hide in its mists. Tiny skulls bound towards players, while ghostly vapors chase and scream. And the nightmarish Valum stalks you in the night, killing any player it catches and lowering the sanity of any that escape. Sanity being a new survival mechanic that represents your mental health. It can be lowered by doing things like staying in the dark or being attacked. Failing to keep your sanity in balance by relaxing with a nice meal or sleeping can have drastic consequences, as insane players will start to see hallucinations, frightening creatures only they can see that will attempt to kill them, made even more horrifying with Insanity Shaders, a horror-themed shader pack that excels at building an intense atmosphere for players to make Minecraft feel like a completely different game. What is that? The Man from the Fog, a terrifying creature that watches and waits from a distance. Do not ignore it, as players that keep a watchful eye will be able to drive it off, while those that fail to take notice will anger it. And then it's too late to stop it. Though while keeping an eye out for that menace, you're likely to stumble across a number of bloody new structures. Labyrinths are filled with both treasure and jump scares, while long-abandoned laboratories sit creepily dormant until you set off the alarm. Then there's the Herobrine Sanctum, his final resting place. But there are worse places to be, like in a fight with this Crusader, a mini-boss that only appears after the 10th day of the game. It'll summon a rainstorm before firing magical projectiles at the player and summoning any variety of undead mobs in hordes, including swarmers, fly-infected zombies that have become a living nest. Not only will they no longer burn in the sun, but it will periodically summon corpse flies to aid it in battle. Then, after death, it explodes, releasing a swarm of flies, maggots, and bloody gadflies. Worse still, if a fly then finds a decaying zombie, it'll infect it, eventually turning it into a brand new swarmer. And with the addition of the enhanced visuals mod, fighting these is much harder, as taking damage will now bloody up your screen, and explosions will blind you, while dust and dirt can be kicked up in your eyes, both impairing your vision and providing a more immersive atmosphere as you explore the cavern depths. And these caves have only become more dangerous, as tremors rumble below deep slate level and drop sharp stalactites. But even more deadly are the Mantle Caves, the center of Minecraft's Earth, with magma, lava, and fire-shooting geysers. And yet, even deeper lies the ever-growing deep dark biome, with new skulk mobs, such as the Spreader, mutating its surroundings to ever expand the skulk's influence, parasites that blend in with their surroundings, waiting to ambush players, and the Annihilator, a beast that will wake up come nighttime, with a vicious appetite for anything it can find. However, the most dangerous, even more than the Warden, is the Stalker, appearing as a statue that, when broken, has the potential to unleash a horrific evil. And unlike the Warden, it doesn't rely on sound or smells. It can sense your very soul. And not even those coveted ancient city chests are safe, thanks to the Mimic. Found hiding in structures, it loves to jump scare unsuspecting players with a vicious bite. Though players who act quickly and take it down can claim a valuable Mimic core, which enables players to create their own pet Mimic to help carry items and fight off mobs, even as your torches burn out. The Hardcore Torches mod takes survival to the next level by forcing players to manage their light sources. And since torches and lanterns can both die down over time, the darkness and the mobs that spawn in it can really sneak up on you. Like these zombies. This resource pack overhauls the undead by revamping the appearances of zombies, husks, villager zombies, and drowned with over 1,000 unique textures, so no two undead look the same. Then combine it with the fresh animations pack to even get them shambling around. Now, I don't know about you, but this seems a heck of a lot scarier than this. Though the undead could get more than just a facelift, as if paired with the zombie awareness mod, these mobs could gain the intelligence to follow light sources, investigate sounds like mining or explosions, and even track your blood. See, when injured, players would drop some blood on the ground, and worse still, if critically injured, the player would continue to bleed until healed up, essentially giving the undead a trail of blood crumbs to follow. But even scarier still might be in there. Never mind. It's just a bat. The one who watches is a vicious hunter that loves to play with his food. Often found stalking at a distance in the overworld or hanging from cave ceilings, your only chance of survival is to keep your distance long enough for it to lose interest in you, which is especially hard during invasions. These events happen every few nights and summon an endless wave of mobs until that night is over. As time goes on in your world, invasions increase in severity, helping to make the nighttime feel scary again. Just watch out for the blood moons, a lunar event that not only bathes the land in red and cranks up the monster spawn limit even more, but also prevents the player from sleeping through it, meaning there's no escape from this onslaught when the moon shines blood red. You can't even hide in the water, as it's now home to the monstrous gluttonfish. Equal parts aggressive and horrifying, it'll launch bone-breaking attacks on nearly all who cross its path. Armor and a shield is a must, as players still have a chance to block its attacks if timed correctly, disorienting it and leaving it vulnerable. Then take it down, and you'll earn a gluttonfish eye that can be eaten to instantly refill your oxygen, plus the gluttonfish stomach, which can be torn open to receive the hidden treasures inside. Though never more than in the Crypt, a new expansive labyrinth guarded by undead illagers. This spooky structure is filled to the brim with combat arenas, traps, valuables, and secrets hidden throughout its unsettling walls. Oh, okay. One holds a prize, the other means certain demise. Seek the books, blah, blah, blah. I'm going down this hole. Whoa! Everything is way darker here. Must be the True Darkness mod. What is that? Oh, it's just a statue. As True Darkness limits a player's visibility, it can really leave your mind racing, and it's great for those craving a vanilla-styled horror experience. Okay, well... Oh no! These are weeping angels! Living statues that can only move when they're not being looked at. And they're incredibly fast. If you look away for even a second, they can catch you. Though they don't mean to kill you, but rather to teleport you to a random place in any random dimension, leaving you stranded. Thankfully, if obtained, a timey-wimey detector item will ding when there's angels near you, giving you a heads up. It's just a shame that it doesn't work for the new peeping leaping creepers. Instead of just coming up and priming for an explosion, these sneaky devils now patiently stalk their prey, waiting to jump scare you with an explosion the second you see them. And should obstacles block their path to you, they'll now self-destruct to breach and create a path for their fellow mobs. The only place that's safe is off the ground. Heck, I'd even take that isolated and cursed-looking floating island there. I've heard of this structure before. It's a prison for the Lich, said to be one of the most dangerous boss mobs ever. He can only be freed by a ritualistic sacrifice. Good thing I'm not stupid enough to... What the... Carl! What? The Lich, a beacon of corruption summoned into this realm, wields formidable power through its bone staff, made from the remains of its victims. This dark entity can bend reality by summoning minions to keep you busy and dead corpses from the sky to smash down on top of you, all while casting numerous devastating spells like explosive skulls and levitation. Ow! He can even blind the player as he begins hunting through the darkness, forcing you to listen to his undead moans in order to avoid the monster. And finally, if you deal enough damage, his final deformation phase will begin, turning him into a raging beast. While this battle is hard fought and seldom won, defeating the Lich will grant the victor the Lich's staff, allowing you to summon minions of your very own. Though, why would you summon the undead when you could instead create life? Biomancy introduces living flesh technology. With this flesh sickle, players can harvest extra resources from their kills, then craft a primordial cradle to feed it meat and health potions until it births a meat blob. Feeding this blob more meat will grow it in size until it's ready to be harvested for its living flesh, which is an item that can be used to unlock new possibilities, including the powerful Ravenous Claws, a weapon that can be strengthened by feeding it meat. And that's on top of a whole new set of gross fleshy blocks, including the tongue, which disperses items 3 at a time, and the Maw Hopper for rapid item transportation of up to 16 items at once. Biomancy turns death into a useful tool, and those Ravenous Claws can help a lot when faced with the Nahemoth, a formidable creature that unleashes terror at night with its own vicious claw attacks and groundbreaking slams. Its roar not only instills fear, but can blind players, adding to its nightmarish presence. Luckily for players, however, this beast will literally turn to stone in the sunlight. And while fighting mobs like zombies, you might notice them lose blood as you attack. The Blood and Gore mod helps aid in this more gruesome combat experience, and even changes skeletons so that their bones shatter upon each hit, adding a satisfying crunch to battles and helping immerse the player deeper in the action. Why are your eyes glowing?
Tear him limb from limb.
Oh. Herobrine. This legendary entity can terrorize the overworld by possessing living and undead mobs alike, amplifying their danger. While possessed monsters gain enhanced health, armor, and damage, it's the passive mobs you should really be worried about, as they gain bizarre abilities under Herobrine's control. Sheep, when attacked, will multiply in numbers. Pigs transform into hostile pigmen, and chickens become so fast and aggressive that you'll find yourself struggling to hit them. Any encounter with Herobrine's minions is tough, but keep in mind with each possessed you kill, Herobrine's rage will only grow stronger. What? Where am I? Oh no, this must be the Dead Sea dimension, a realm of nightmares and terrifying biomes, like the City of Ashes, where every building corner hides untold horrors, and survival means keeping your sword at the ready. Then there's Ha Ha Land, a twisted amusement park overrun by murderous clowns. Though even if you escape, the overworld isn't safe from clowns either. And armed with an intoxicating brew, this slow-moving adversary adversary uses its concoction to launch attacks that dish damage, impair your movement, and cloud your vision with poison, leaving you reeling with dizziness. It's still better than what's inside these surprise boxes, though. Scattered across the world, if you activate one, you'll be met with a haunting melody before this beast in a box pops out. It assaults unlucky players with a barrage of terrifying clown heads and lightning strikes, while leaping at its targets with unnerving agility. But it's worth the scares, as players stand a chance to gain rare gems and the coveted Squeaky Mallet. This whimsical weapon not only surpasses Netherite in damage, but also entertains with its comical sounds, blending humor with might. Less funny though is this updated fire spreading mechanic. Now, when any entity is ablaze, whether it's a player or even arrows, they become a moving hazard that can spread devastation far beyond the initial flame. A horrifying sight to see when zombies burning in the daytime spread those fires to the surrounding area. Players must now consider the potential collateral damage when engaging with any firebound entities. Though it is actually a blessing to have when your world is being overrun with the flesh. Spawned from an incubator, the flesh contains mobs and blocks that will continue to spread across and infect your world if left unchecked. Terraformed areas will begin spawning infector mobs, which can then convert any other nearby mobs into its fleshy counterparts, even mutating into new creatures, including the Flesh Hysterizer, a monstrous mutant wielding a bone chainsaw arm capable of slicing through blocks to hunt its prey, or the Flesh Community, a grotesque amalgamation of merged mobs. This ever-evolving threat can transform your landscapes into a living nightmare, like the new large graveyard structure. Here, the air is thick with ghostly spirits clawing up at the earth. This eerie sight invites the brave to unearth graves and pry open coffins in search of hidden treasures. But tread carefully. This haunted domain is crawling with perilous mobs lying in wait for the unprepared. A thrilling hunt for riches among the restless dead. You might even run into the mythical doppelganger, a cunning creature that can kill and assume any mob's identity, mimicking their appearance and mannerisms with almost uncanny precision, making it hard to spot the imposters until it's too late. So keep a watchful eye out to avoid being ambushed by the doppelganger or this new mob named the Horror. It won't hesitate to get in your face while teleporting around, blinding you, and spawning decoys everywhere, adding to the confusion while it hides and attacks. However, there's a trick to revealing the true mob, as it becomes visible near light sources.
Ha! There you are!
And water also proves fatal to the decoys, so having a bucket makes it much easier to fight while exploring Minecraft's upgraded dungeon structures. These upgraded crypts aren't just bigger, but due to extra spawners, spawn a much higher number of terrifying mobs. Although, these structures aren't without their perks, as adventurers willing to brave these trials will find themselves richly rewarded with treasures that match the increased challenge. A perfect blend of risk and reward.
Ah! No! Gross!
And if you throw in Nif Spiders mod, you can make the 8-legged freaks even more unnerving, as they can then climb walls and ceilings with ease. And pairing it with the Patrick's 32X resource pack results in these predators being rendered in more chillingly realistic and horrifying detail. Players will have to look over their shoulders and up at the ceilings with every step they take, especially if you add these scarier spiders. Giving even more arachnid variety, these creepy crawlies can prey on animals and villagers, bringing captives to their mother spider to multiply. Worse still is their ability to camouflage themselves across various biomes, crafting moments of sheer panic as they emerge unexpectedly, like these eyes that lurk in the darkness, accompanied by eerie, playful giggles. If spotted, players must look at them immediately to scare them away, because if left unnoticed, these watchers will stealthily close in on the unsuspecting before striking with a bone-chilling jump scare and poison touch.
Run while you can.
What? No, not the cave dweller! A haunting presence within the dark caves. The louder the sounds, the closer it is.
Ah! Exhibit
Exhibiting alarming intelligence, the cave dweller can navigate through even one-block gaps in its relentless pursuit. Quick reactions and a good hiding spot are your only refuge against this relentless predator, turning every cave exploration into a nerve-wracking experience. Though, no matter the fear, never engage in this dark ritual of villager sacrifice, as you might summon these 7 deadly sins. Each creature, from Wistaver's insatiable gluttony, growing stronger with each kill, to the walking bed of sloth, represents a sin with distinct behaviors. Pride has unmatched speed, while greed causes it to linger in its puddle while throwing blood at you. Defeating these manifestations yields unique relics though, like the Hand of Riot, which allows you to aggro other entities against your target, or the Butcher Cleaver, that deals extra damage at low health. Helps when you eventually encounter the Cannon Head, a formidable foe that launches fireballs at players with deadly precision, while also possessing the agility to dodge incoming ranged attacks from its enemies. This combination of firepower and evasiveness makes engagements with the Cannon Head a challenging dance of attack and avoidance, which can be really tricky when the sucker has you in its sights. Don't let their weak and squishy appearance fool you. These creatures are deadly if not dealt with swiftly. Once they rush towards you and latch on, knocking them back becomes impossible! To survive their aggressive onslaught, use the terrain to your advantage. Walking back to lower ground can really save you, as these foes have a hard time controlling themselves during a rush. Cow! Oh, the Oni, a creature lurking in the deep underground that presents a deceptive calm. It'll appear weak and docile to unsuspecting adventurers. However, if you provoke it, it'll buff up, shifting into an incredibly aggressive state that catches many off guard. This sudden change from passive to fiercely combative makes the Oni a unique challenge. Even more so when you're inflicted with permanent insomnia. The Insomniac mod prevents players from sleeping, forcing them to endure the long and terrifying nights. Though beds can still be used to mark your spawn point, players must face the dangers that lurk in the darkness head on and survive until dawn, even if it means fighting the Spitter. This cunning adversary has a unique ability to hide underground until disturbed. Then, they'll jump up, spitting acid everywhere. On the rare occasion they're defeated, Spitters may drop an acid sack, a versatile item with multiple uses. Combine it with slime for a devastating napalm sack, or craft it into a bowl for a debuff-resisting meal, which will come in handy when entering the eerie world of SCP. Introducing creatures like the Black Shuck, a dreadful mob that, if looked at, will kill the player in 1 hour. Then there's the Stairwell, a strange structure entity that entices players into its infinite depths, from which escape is impossible. But worst of all, the Flamingo, a lawn ornament that springs to life. Are you serious? Whoa! Whoa! Let me down! Also, be wary of the Monsoon. Not only does it have the power to levitate players, leaving them vulnerable, but it can also call down lightning strikes with precision. And it can spawn mini monsoons that add to the chaos by darting towards the player. Oh, whoa! What the? Are you friendly? No, you are not! The Froglin is a menacing swamp dweller, notorious for its aggressive nature towards both mobs and players, spitting poison goo that can immobilize its adversaries with ease, and even eating smaller mobs to sustain its voracious appetite. Best to kill it quick! Ugh. Thank goodness that's, what's that?
Ignite the pillar.
Pillar? Oh. I don't think I...
Ignite it!
I guess I'll ignite it. For science. Taking out a nether star and right-clicking on this mysterious pillar will summon the legendary Herobrine to battle, and will instantly drain your sanity, giving way to a barrage of hallucinations. While fighting them off, Herobrine will dart back and forth, dealing swift damage and testing the limits of your endurance. Ow! Defeating Herobrine is a monumental challenge, requiring help from every item you've collected on your journey. But what rewards await the victor? Well, this mystery remains. For as soon as I defeated him, he teleported away, leaving a chilling reminder that he still lurks somewhere.
Now, watch this video. See you very soon.